lie. Not the one to be blamed, 'cause I ain't the one who wins games. Yeah, I already know about your stupid games. Come around, come around. If you come around just to play me, don't bother, 'cause you ain't overdue. Don't even try to convince me. Don't bother, 'cause now I see you do. If you come around, play me, don't bother, 'cause you ain't overdue. Don't even try to convince me. Don't bother, 'cause now I see you do. I want you to come over. I wish that you would come and give me something to prove. Won't you pull me closer? I think that I'm obsessed with everything that you do. I'm waiting, trying to be patient. You look like a painting. It's so frustrating. I hate it, yeah. I probably shouldn't say this. I probably should erase it. I probably shouldn't say this. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. Call me a fan, I'm living, give me your hand, I'm in it, yeah. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. We've been making magic, and sometimes I get nervous, but too good to believe. I don't know how it happened, but baby, I'm ecstatic that you're sticking with me. I'm waiting, trying to be patient. You look like a painting. It's so frustrating. I hate it, yeah. I probably shouldn't say this. I probably should erase it. I probably shouldn't say this. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. Call me a fan, I'm living, give me your hand, I'm in it, yeah. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do. I wanna be with you, if that's the last thing that I could do.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want now. This ain't what you want. Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try to study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
bitches. Release bombs, they go tick, tick, boom, you blown me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't copy, printed, can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be speaking this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
This product is brought to you by Unknown Brain. Thank you for listening. Love you all.
This broadcast is brought to you by Blink Entertainment LLP. Quality content in a blink.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2023 CSGO League presented by Blink Entertainment. Once again, my name is Seymour, joined by Time to Light TTL. Yesterday, we hopped on the mic. We saw some nuke. It was a great time. Today, we got a brand new batch of matches to look at. How you feeling?
I'm excited. Unfortunately, there is only one game today. Some breaking news out of the Indian CSGO scene. Random 5 has disbanded.
Ooh.
So, some unfortunate there. I was actually looking forward to their matchup earlier, but that game is now canceled. Random 5 is disbanded and will not be playing any further games in this CSGO Pro League, so keep that in mind for some later group stage matches. So we only have one game today. Unfortunate, I have to say, because I was looking forward to that Random 5 game, but not the end of the world by any means, because we still have some Counter-Strike to watch.
Yeah, not the end of the world for sure. As we take a look at our qualified teams for this top 8, we could talk a little bit about, what went down with Random 5, because yesterday you and I, we got to see them go to nuke. They started off really good, but they started to fan out towards the end, and Firedup Gaming took over 16-7 on that map. Today, you're expected to see Random 5 go up against Original Gangsters, but being down 0-2, their qualification for top 4 was kind of out of the running, so possibilities that, the camp just didn't want to play it out, didn't want to play together, so match was given to Original Gangsters as a win, considering that Random 5 are no longer going to be together. So you're looking at on screen, Firedup, Marcos Gaming, Original Gangsters, Legends of Tomorrow, ROG Academy, Wasted Potential, and God's Reign are, I guess, now your top 7 of our CSGO Pro League, now that Random 5 is not going to be continuing throughout today or the later matches. For that, though, it is going to bring us into our matches for today, Time to Light, because we might not get to see Random 5 versus Original Gangsters, but we do get to see God's Reign going up against ROG Academy. God's Reign, who has been, I'd say, the tip of the top right now for what is our CSGO Pro League here for Blink Entertainment. And now versus a team that is, in their way for being that solidified #1 team coming out of their groups.
Yeah, God's Raid coming into this have a 16-1 victory, a 16-8 victory, and a 16-6 victory over Aravada, Wasted Potential, and LOT Gaming in that order. I believe Aravada was during the open play, so it doesn't count towards group play inside of the Pro League itself, but still applicable scoreline nonetheless. ROG has had less dominant finishes, but has still looked overall pretty decent. The problem is it's been decent losses, not decent victories, with a loss over Wasted, or loss under Wasted Potential, and before that a loss under LOT Gaming, 16-14 and 16-11 between those two games. ROG Academy is fighting for their life. If they weren't already out, a loss here would almost certainly knock them out of playoff contention.
Yeah, they're kind of hoping for a couple of things to go their way right now. If you're ROG Academy, you're 0-2 so far in your groups. You're hoping that you can beat God's Reign, send them to a 2-1 standing. LOT Gaming, who play later, you're hoping that they lose to Wasted Potential, and then LOT would be 1-2. And maybe a tiebreaker for second out of your groups would give you, that shot to, maybe trying to push into that top 4. I don't know. There's a whole things. The stars need to align for ROG Academy today. They need to, first off, just focus on taking down God's Reign to get a chance of that prize pool. So let's take a look at what they are fighting for. Time to Light. I mean, that 100,000 rupees broke off across 4 placements. 40,000 rupees for the winner. 30,000 rupees for the runner-up, 15,000 for the second runner-up, and the third runner-up. So a lot to go around for these teams fighting.
I've said this every single day that we've played as well, just to really drive the point home. For anybody who is not from India and may be a little bit more apt to conversions to US dollars, 100,000 Indian rupees is 1,202 US dollars as of right now. 40,000 Indian rupees for first place is 481. 30,000 for second is 360, and 15,000 for third and fourth is 180 apiece. So not anything to scoff at by any means, but there is still some money to play for, and you get into those playoffs, you're in a pretty good spot. We'll take a look at our map videos and figure out where these teams are going to start contending for possibilities of getting into the prize pool.
Ooh.
The answer, not Inferno. I gotta say, back-to-back days where I don't have to cast Inferno, all is right in the world.
I think it's just you and I got some chemistry going on when we're casting together that, brings
Gotta
us
be.
elsewhere than Inferno, because every other time that I'm not casting with you, I go to Inferno. But whenever I'm casting with you, we get Nuke yesterday, Overpass today. All is well in the day in the life of CSGO casters on this desk. I'm excited to see Overpass. Quite like Nuke yesterday, I'm a big fan of Overpass. I feel like it is probably one of my favorite maps in CSGO altogether. So it's going to be fun seeing, God's Reign, who has been, I guess, a staple to Inferno so far from what we've seen. Their CT side on Inferno is second to none. And now moving into Overpass is a chance for ROG Academy to potentially, I guess, maybe pull some quick strats against them on a different map other than Inferno. So it's exciting.
Everybody, get excited. It's not Inferno. That's all I'm going to say. ROG Academy will start on the T side. God's Reign will start on the CT side. In this matchup, God's Reign are favored. They have had 3 dominant victories, one of them being an open play, with that being a 16-1 victory. ROG Academy have had 2 very narrow losses, with a 16-11 and 16-14 loss in chronological order. They lose this, they are certainly out of playoff contention, if they aren't already. God's Reign win this, and they're basically a shoo-in for the top 2 seeds. So keep an eye on the very contrasting situations these teams are on. Revan, not to be confused with the esports organization that currently plays in the Latin American Rainbow Six Pro League, is currently waiting around water and just patiently waiting at that, as is almost the entirety of God's Reign. There's been 1 minute and 10 seconds gone in a pistol round, Colin, and nothing has happened.
No, nothing's happening, but a plethora of information over towards Ember, who pushes out towards Fountain. Revan's going to be under a little bit of pressure, backed up into the site. Nice little last tap over to Vreni to pull away with the kill, giving numbers to God's Reign, but site control to ROG Academy for the moment. The rest of God's Reign, they find themselves on site. The pistol goes their way. Lovely way to start on Overpass for themselves.
Nice little pistol round, and nice little double from Revan. Finding that second kill before you go down is all important, giving yourself and your team a comfortable position to rotate back in. You're still forcing ROG Academy to scramble and figure out what site control they have and what outside site control they do not. And because of it, Revan actually was able to pick up an extra M4. That Molotov should totally clip through that tree, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Oh.
I've said that for years, but it should. Anyway,
Maybe in
God's
CS2.
Reign. Yeah, I mean, they said they're fixing a couple of hitboxes, so we'll see. God's Reign playing a little bit more aggressive this time around. Crazy Gamer welcoming into a very odd split. Finds one, but is immediately traded. 1 for 1 there, but Clouda, in the meantime, is able to drop down kill switch with one of the 2 M4s wielded by God's Reign's defense.
That's going to be an MP9 over to Kraken. Not going to be able to make anything out of it, so no extra change in his pocket going into the next round. But was that kill onto Crazy Gamer? Not really going to affect too much in the grand scheme of things for God's Reign. So Brock, all right, let's see it. Oh, okay, catches the perfect timing onto Ember. That's a little awkward. And now his turn for the MP9 at long range, which also won't go his way. So 4 kills for Finn to start off Overpass. CT side for God's Reign, so far, so good.
Nice little clean start, and that's exactly what God's Reign are looking for. This is going to be an odd bonus round, considering you lost 2 players in that. They're actually reinvesting into M4s, which I'm extremely surprised about. More often than not, if you lose players in your conversion round, they'll just stick with pistols, maybe a low-level SMG, like the UMP, like an MP9, whatever. Not the case here, which, again, I'm a little surprised about. We'll see standard Molotovs, but a follow-up Molotov actually goes to Playground this time around. That's a lot of control now, as Revan gets Playground control, not for free by any means. That was $1,200 of Molotovs to do that. But he is being held, it seems. There's that walk-in, Flash goes through, Erican does flash Seek into the opening duel, but Seek is on 12 points of health.
$1,200, not well spent. Crazy Gamer initially going down towards Playground, now starting to pressure their way back over towards this A site. They have tons control. Kill switch again, a little awkward timing, caught on the reload, and that's the MP9 of Ember going to collect that kill. So still finding value with this SMG towards the 3rd round. Ember looking for a little bit more. Nice setup, Rock to re-clear tons. That is back into advantage. Finn's going to get spotted, still gets the kill. And now a chance for a second one. Seek, though, I like this, to just give it up. You're low on HP. You don't want to lose your life.
Erican should know that Finn is dropped outside of tunnels. At this point, Finn needs to worry about connector, needs to look back in the direction. Erican clearing him and gets the kill. That may very well end up being the round. Clouda drops out of the B site, is here in time, so they would be able to deny plant should they find the shots, but instead, it is Vrenny from distance to find the frag. And ROG Academy, all things considered, a pretty decent bonus round denial for God's Reign. One in which God's Reign invested much more than is traditional.
Yeah, it's big out of Seek to stay alive, too. I mean, that's a very thorough round from ROG Academy. Lovely to re-clear upper and lower tons over and over again, where God's Reign were putting such, I guess, heavy positioning into. They put their first on the board. Quick for ROG back over towards the playground. See if they can command the space, set a precedent for the rest of Overpass. But other than that, a pretty standard default scatter across the map for the rest of ROG Academy, where God's Reign, I mean, they had the scout for Revan and MP9 in hands of Finn, but other than that, you're looking at Deagles.
Situation as well for ROG Academy. We've seen them a couple times over these last few days. I watched back one of the VODs, and I've said a couple times where they've had weapon advantages, and yet they've still lost the round. Mostly off of disorganization or just chaotic scenarios coming back to bite them. That could be the case here. God's Reign with Deagles, and, well, Deagles are nothing to scoff at, especially when God's Reign are wielding them. And you can see ROG Academy are extremely hesitant. They don't know what the buy is. They're not aware of exactly what God's Reign are picking up, and unfortunately they're walking on towards the wrong site. Do they clear this? No. Ember finds one already.
Ember
A second as well. That's exactly why you don't scoff at them. Make it 3. Crazy Gamer almost finds the 4th, but is heat checked by Brock. It's still a 4v2 for God's Reign, though, and that's 3 rifles that can be recovered should they find the timing to do so.
And Ember takes minimal damage, too. The rest of ROG Academy could be feeling like Ember now has an AK in his hands, hasn't yet been able to recover that, and has been right on his wing. So this eco round looking better and better as time flows into the way of God's Reign. Only one player remaining. It's Vrenny, surrounded at every angle. Flank on the way. Cloud is not able to clean it up just yet, but there it is. The shot's going to land, and yesterday, Low Res Chicken and I, we were laughing at this all day long, TTL, because I don't know what it is about this region, but they are filthy when it comes to eco rounds. I mean, it just seems like they are pistol gods, no matter what team you're looking at.
The pistol gods will reign. And that's exactly what happens in our 4th round of play. Ember finds 2. They walk in with 3 Deagles, an MP9, and a Scout. They walk out with 3 AKs and a round victory, and a fairly clean one at that. Now it's ROG Academy with Deagles. Is the answer anything you can do? We can do better, because Finn is swinging with an MP9, cannot see the person who's on top of that rafters position because of the smoke emanating from the Molotovs. Clouda, swinging monster, willy-nilly at that, finds 1 kill. That should already be a decent start here for God's Reign, but over-aggression, only barely comes back to bite them. I don't know what the heck Cloud is doing, running at the heck out of monster, but luckily it doesn't cost him everything, only the M4, of which is now fully recovered, and finds a follow-up kill.
I don't know how Seek dies in that engagement. It was a team kill. Replays will get to see it. Oh.
This is yesterday.
This is Nuke. This is Overpass. This is visual entertainment from Seymour here. I'm just trying to figure out where we are going on. Revan and Clouda really, you know, setting down the law in that last round. AK's back in the hands of ROG Academy. A little bit of chip damage off of that Molotov to Vrenny, but fast and furious out to the playground. Vrenny already wraps around towards Falcon. Crazy Gamer's going to be watching it. Finn under trouble. Brock's out. Still Crazy Gamer collects another 2.
Hey, bro.
Make it 4. Could it be the ace? Crazy Gamer is just absolutely insane right now with the AK in his hand. Brock's going to deny the ace, but this round is done.
He had 3 bullets in that AK, and he was lined up for the headshot, if at least not a couple body shots. Brock has been forced all the way to the playground entrance in a 1v3. There's a minute and 10 seconds for this to develop as well. Unfortunately, Brock looks the wrong way. A 4K for Crazy Gamer, and Revan finds one of the easier kills of their professional career. Clean round victory, and honestly an important one. That's a crazy spray from Crazy Gamer, and the fact that he finds a third as well, I honestly thought he was going to ace here. I did. I thought he was going to lock him.
I thought he was
Well,
going to do too.
Look at the crosshair placement. That is such good crosshair placement while you're on stairs. I wish I could do that, because then I'd actually be able to shoot back.
One day we will have the utmost undeniable caster team ever. Nobody's going to be able to stop us. But for now, God's Reign, they could stop us any day of the week. And Crazy Gamer yesterday, when we saw them playing on Inferno, towards the second half on CT, we saw him heating up, making these individual plays, popping off with multi-kills. Right now, ROG Academy down 5-1. They can't allow him to heat up on this map, or else your hopes and dreams of a series win inside of this group stage might be falling farther and farther to the wayside. Crazy Gamer just going to post up, lower tons. Nobody yet to take these duels. Bathroom control for Revan. Crazy Gamer's going to spot it. A little bit of damage traded from both sides. Brock's going to go down Revan. Quick two-piece out of the bathrooms. Nice HE placement from Crazy Gamer. It is a pistol round for ROG Academy, so these cleanup kills should be fairly easy for God's Reign as they're looking for their 6th.
The problem is, that's back-to-back rounds where it's fairly clean rounds overall here for God's Reign. And, yeah, sure, close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades when it comes to round victories. But you're looking at the economy on a consistent basis for God's Reign and saying, where the heck are ROG Academy doing? They are doing damage to Revan's head. You saw that headshot do about 90 from distance from the Tech 9 shot, but it ended up not finding the kill. Look at their economy. Every single player minus Finn is above $5,000, with Revan at nearly 10. That's gross.
Yeah, they are rich.
Hot flash.
And look at the confidence too behind
Goodbye.
it. Playground. This is my party, says Revan.
He's running with the pistol!
And the Deagle, what?
No way.
Nothing is stopping God's Reign at the moment.
Oh my gosh. He runs out of ammo with the AK after spraying, at least attempting to spray through the wall there. And then is like, oh yeah, I've run out of ammo. Let's just, I don't know, switch to the Deagle. Balls of steel on that man. Seek, smart decision from him in kill switch to drop the op to the lower HP player. Gives Seek the opportunity to swing with the AK, take 70 damage while still having extra room for error and finding the kill. The problem is, you have a combined, what? 49 HP between Seek and kill switch. Vrenny's on 100, sure, but you also have somewhat limited utility. 50 seconds, and a 3v4. Granted, the other two on the other team are at 53 HP combined, so take that what you will.
It's not going to be easy breaking through the side, especially God's Reign. Their gamble is the right one. 3 players stacked at A. Flash out. First one in is going to be Vrenny. Initial kill into Cloud is going to be good, but no follow-up from the rest of the team. Isolated each player of ROG Academy is. And one by one, they push through Monster, give up these guns, give up their round. In 15 seconds, whether it's the kill or the round finishing to time, it's God's Reign finding their 7th.
I just watched the M4A4 do 1 damage through the outside of Monster, by the way. Revan, this is a nasty swing, I will reiterate. I actually just, I got sent the ROG Academy playbook. I have the Google Doc sitting in front of me. It says, let's all individually swing and give them 1v3 or 1v4 gunfights on 3 or 4 separate occasions, just so we can throw away the round. Great fight play.
It's great play. Tech 9, run it down. I love this change of pace. All gas, no brakes. Racket and Vrenny. Now we're going to upgrade a couple of those rifles in their hand. You have an AK for Vrenny, but Rakin way ahead of the play. And suddenly that life advantage slowly falling apart. Crazy Gamer's going to cut down and line them up. The USP clicks onto the head of Seek. And no matter how much damage you do off the start, it seems like God's Reign always able to stabilize.
This is gross from Crazy Gamer. Nice little spray down. He runs out of ammo with the A1S because the magazine is smaller than more arms. And somehow, switches to the USP just to one tap. Luckily, there was not head armor on ROG Academy, so that was a possibility. But Gods are now up 8-1. They still have so much money. Revan is now at $15,000 and is not slowing down anytime soon. He's now sitting Fountain and has been Molotov'd out of position because ROG Academy have read this. The unfortunate part is the Molotov did not fully extend to where they wanted it to. Revan has made a decent bit of noise though, and with that, we'll back away with this lane.
You hear that noise on Fountain, you see Gods right. They don't want nothing to do with it. However, with that damage that they did back over towards B last round, seems like they're going to try their hand at it once more. Well, Killswitch, who bit off a little bit more than he can chew, all the way down over to A long, was cleaned up by Killswitch, or sorry, by Revan. So, again, I mean, you go back and you kind of try to look at this playbook that is ROG Academy, and you're wondering what the game plan is. What's the end goal of this?
Swing with a flash, doesn't really matter. Ember avoids the second flash as well, but it's Finn to find that second kill. Seek has to 1v4 with an op. Luckily, I don't think has been heard. It does 90 damage through the wall onto Ember, but it may not matter. He's being distracted from behind, shot from in front, and dead all around. Another quick cleanup for God's Reign. 4 players stay alive, and Revan, coming into this round, had reached max money.
Yeah, they're richer than rich. I mean, there's nothing that could bring down God's Reign at the moment. As we said, going into, this game, how important it was for ROG for their chances at that top 4. I guess their win condition for reaching into that was beating out God's Reign today, and tomorrow hoping that Wasted Potential could take down LOT. And with a 1-9 start against God's Reign, being down 8 rounds, it's got to be the comeback to end all comebacks right now here inside of our Blink Entertainment CSGO Pro League. So they got to figure it out soon. Vrenny's going to bring a MAC-10 into this round. The Tech-9's once again going to be roaring through tunnels. Killswitch leading the charge. Tries to go for that pre-fire around the corner. Vrenny able to run it down at least. Trades from ROG Academy. But here's Finn. There was Finn. 2 versus 2. Okay. And they have armor.
And they're going to be able to recover the bomb as well. I was about to bring up the fact the bomb's in a little bit of a precarious position at the bottom of connector. Pop flash in, they'll recover it. Do they go B? That's the real question. If they saw the map, they'd very much want to do so. But considering they found so many kills on the A side, I don't think they're going to want to do it. They're aware of the possibility the flank could be coming through from either direction. They're playing significantly more passive and waiting up on the overhang, but Ember is still here. Will swing, find both players. He sprays down the first and will find the second as well. God's Reign, even in clutch scenarios, can step up as a squad and will reach double digits early because of it.
It doesn't matter who it is on Clutch Reign. Everybody individually can clutch up when they need to. So heartbreaking for ROG Academy in this round. I mean, you do everything right. You recover those rifles. You re-clear back into tunnels. You go collect that bomb. You even wait for the aggression from God's Reign. But you have a 50-50 choice to go to B or you go to A. And you just choose wrong. Ember, nice patience to wait inside bathrooms. Play off of your teammate. You have the rifles for ROG Academy this time around, but again, it's kind of back to the basics for them. Just giving up some easy kills. Look at that Finn. Not even wavered that they have guns in their hands.
Finn's just running it down with a USP. He had a rifle in his hand, but he didn't care. I mean, it's just a game of who can hold W better on the team of God's Reign. And the answer, as of right now at least, is Finn and Crazy Gamer, with Revan right behind him. But Clouda is 5-5. We have played 12 rounds, and Clouda has been included in 11 gunfights. The 11th was his assist.
That's insane. And, I think it's something to note that Finn's not always even their top performer. It's usually Crazy Gamer and Ember, but here and now, Finn really stepping up for the team. Putting in that work. Here he is again. Gonna deny Freddy of a little bit more space. Spraying down through the smoke. Seeker's gonna be softened up to 21 HP, but still kills. going the way of ROG Academy. Can this be it? 4 versus 2. Now a 4v1. Revan's all the way on the flank through Monster, and they have no idea. The flash out, Revan. Suddenly, you look at this. The damage is weak onto both of the players, but Brock is still going to swing it. And ROG Academy find their second round. I thought for a second Revan was going to get this done, but caught in the reload. That is unlucky.
Can I tell you something scary? It is round 14. That was their first bomb plant.
Ooh.
That's how scary and dominant this game has been. That was the first bomb plant of this game. We've gone through almost the entire half without one already. It seems like a rush B don't stop is indeed again on the cards. This time significantly better prepped or God's Reign for it. Opening kill already goes their way, and ROG Academy are not going to continually throw bodies at the problem. They'll slow things down for a little bit.
I can tell that ROG, they're just not communicating with each other. Look how far separated Brock is from the rest of the team. I mean, there was not a single other player of ROG Academy to follow up that play. And now, considering that, you've given the rest of the space over towards God's Reign. Here's Revan on the flank. He's already found 2 kills in the round. Now the pinch and the collapse. 3-prong attack from God's Reign to collapse onto that from tunnels, from Monster, as well as from that B site. And there's nothing you can do for ROG to stop this team.
It's Revan flank. I feel like it was just putting an already foregone conclusion to rest and really making sure that it was locked in. He was even joining up in arms with his teammate walking through Monster. That's how confident God's Reign have been. Cloud is taking long control, I think, for the first time today. It is, again, a B-rush attempted. Opening kill goes on to Crazy Gamer, and Finn, lucky to be alive as a shotgun connector land, but Revan needs to worry about his flank as well. He finds one, Finn should be known, but he finds a follow-up kill anyway and will recover the AWP and run for the hills. It's a 2v3, an AWP in hand, and 2 players on 100 HP make it 1 on 100 HP in a 1v3.
I mean, these gods, they have their hands on the reins, and they are ready for that 13-round half. They are on top of the world at the moment. It's going to be here, Finn. Cleans it up. 19 kills for Finn at the half. 5 deaths for himself. Somebody on God's Reign did have double-digit deaths, so I was surprised to see that stat, but other than that, that is as good a round as, or a good a half as you could get right now if you're God's Reign.
I think Crazy Gamer was the only one that had double-digit deaths, if I'm reading that one properly. Yeah, and Crazy Gamer was just holding W towards everybody, so that one's kind of understandable. Nothing really to write home about there for God's Reign's first half, just, you know, one of the more dominant showings that we've seen in a little while. Sides are switched, I believe, so we'll get that fixed in just a second. They were switched, then they were switched back, and we'll get them corrected in just a few moments. But
for sure.
As of right now, ROG Academy just looking to run it down, or sorry, God's Reign, now properly, will look to run it down on towards the B site, and Revan already finds a 2-piece. I believe this is just par for the course at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you think about stats, you think about strats in general, it's just got to be some good old top-tier aiming out of ROG Academy to bring yourself back into this one. They're losing so many gunfights, so many rounds, advantages that they have. Nice clear onto Finn, but are they going to check sandbags? Tucked away in towards the corner. Crazy Gamer found out. Kill switch. Nice read onto that one, and they stay alive for now. They keep God's Reign away from pushing that map point.
They're avoiding it, at least for the time being. Pistol round victory goes away of ROG Academy. Maybe that's the round that turns this back. I mean, Overpass is CT-sided, albeit it's not 13-2 CT-sided, but it is CT-sided. Maybe they could step up. Maybe there's a way in which this is brought back. 3 FAMASas, an MP9, and an M4 bought in, compared to what we saw when God's Reign won their pistol. It was 2 M4s and 3 MP9s. And with God's Reign getting that pistol, or at least the bomb plant in the pistol, they're still putting a decent bit of a purchase in here. And they already have an opening kill, because why not? And of course it was the M4, so one of those FAMASas has to be dropped.
Here we go. I mean, we've seen God's Reign on semi-equalized prior just with Eagles. Now they have Galils. With this force up. Seeks to put a kill onto the board for ROG Academy, but you need Brock to turn this around here and now. Clouda just playing with his food, tiptoeing around bathrooms, and putting ROG Academy 6 feet under at the moment. I don't care if they lose the pistol round at all. They're still going to fight their way through this one. TTL, I mean, 14 on the horizon. 15 you think suited come. Frenny, 11 HP, and a dream to win it all. But right now, that dream seems more of a nightmare.
Imagine a
Haunting them.
4K clutch with a FAMAS with 11 health. Also, what are Guts Raid doing? They still have the bomb sitting in spawn. They're just now starting to try to initiate on towards B, where Freddy currently is, by the way, sitting all the way towards Graffiti. He may find an opening kill here, but no, he's detected and he's dead. Yeah, that was quick. Not great, all things considered. Crazy Gamer continues to frag out, as is par for the course as well. He's 18 and 11, 20 and 6 is Revan, 19 and 6 is Finn. That's Revan has a 3.33 KD.
That's insane. Actually insane.
He's almost as good as me in my ranked games. I say while lying.
Almost. Just a little bit higher, maybe?
Yeah, just a bit.
Frenny? Ooh, wait. I've seen pistols in players' hands prior to this one. Clouda, though, still flashed full blind. No way they line up. These Deagles just a little bit better in the hands of God's Reign than we've seen prior to that one. Brock's gonna fall as well, and doom and gloom all over the map of Overpass, which is
He's
all
gotta open the door.
in all. I mean, this is a pretty fun map, but right now it's quite gloomy. HG's gonna open it up, so he doesn't have to open it.
Okay, well, Seek has a way onto the B site without having to make too much noise. Never mind.
But,
He's been seen,
you know,
and he's been killed.
Step one is getting past Finn. And he's not gonna find step two.
Yeah, there are not many players who have surpassed step 1 thus far. This is a nice start from Clouda. Surprisingly finding the 1 there, and then the re-swing from both players just for him and Finn to find one apiece. That's scary for God's Reign. Even when ROG Academy are properly setting up refrags, they are still being torn apart. It is a B rush of all B rushes to try and close this one out, and it's up against 3 MP9s and 2 Deagles. It is the rush B, don't stop to try and end Overpass, and this one may look successful. Rennie finds one, a second through the smoke, surprisingly enough,
Okay.
and Erican swings for one of his own. This is more than possible, but Crazy Gamer lines up one through the wall, a headshot onto Rennie. 2 is all he will find, and Seek won't find anything. An AK retrieve for Erican, and Brock re-swinging with the MP9 will find one of his own. But Crazy Gamer with the bomb, and a minute 20 seconds will need a 1v2 to close out Overpass and send God's Reign to the playoffs.
I've seen this before. I've seen this multiple times already today.
He's legging it. Oh my goodness.
He's taking
He's
the
a
full
runner,
wrap
he's a
around.
track
They have
star.
no idea. He is a complete track star at the moment. He's getting his morning, well, for us, morning workout, but for him, late night run.
He seems like a cross-country runner at this point. He's gonna get the bomb planted default, and Brock and Erican are gonna have such a long rotation. Oh my, this is so terrible. They don't have a kit, and they think it's B. Oh no, this is so bad. They don't have a kit. I don't even know. I unironically do not think they will have time to even get onto the bomb site quickly enough to have time to defuse, much less actually get the defuse off.
Not like this. They have one flash, even if they are going to make this in. And how many times...
This is over.
Over the course of, I mean, this league, and we see Crazy Gamer absolutely ice up. They're making so much noise. Stomping grounds of Overpass. They're about to tap this Crazy Gamer. He's just got to put this diffuser to rest. He doesn't even need to at this point. It's over. God's Reign flawless through the group stages. Overpass. Doesn't matter if they leave Inferno. They are the dominant team in this league.
He got the bomb plant with just shy of a minute left in the round, and the bomb timer is 40 seconds. You need 10 seconds to defuse said bomb if you do not have a kit. They were so far away from the site that when they made the wrong presumption that it was planted on B and not A, it ended the round.
Yeah.
I said I unironically don't think they will have time. They didn't. Even if they got onto site and nobody was there, everybody was dead, he had accidentally naded himself, the game would have been over anyway. You can see this as we look back. This is just scary for God's reign. Consistent victories, consistent dominance, and when they weren't overall dominant in a round, somebody was there to clutch, because why not?
Why not indeed? Overpass winners, group winners for Group B. God's reign 3-0 throughout this stage. They beat out Wasted Potential 16-8. They take down LOT yesterday 16-6. And today they match up against ROG Academy. Their last chance to maybe find some kind of a pushback here in Group B. And they wiped the floor with them on Overpass. Not even close. God's reign at the top of this group. Now pushing forward into our Legends stage for what is soon to come here in our 2023 Pro League. And the other side of this group, I mean, right now at this moment, the only team looking to rival them is Marcos Gaming. I feel like that is, the team that we're waiting for, the matchup that we're all waiting for here inside of this Pro League. Marcos Gaming versus God's Reign is seeming to kind of work up to be, the match to end all matches. But tomorrow on Thursday, we are going to have to watch Firedup versus Marcos Gaming, which at the same time seems like it could be yet another matchup to look out for, as they have also been, paving their way through that Group A. Time to light, where, I mean, this is narrowing down into the Pro League, and it just seems like we are kind of figuring out who our teams to watch out for are. I mean, Firedup Gaming, Marcos Gaming, and God's Reign looking to be at the top.
Waste Potential and LOT are just right there, but on the precipice by a narrow margin. On paper, they're looking better in terms of victories, but their victories are a little less dominant. That's why those teams don't seem to be at the upper echelon of this conversation. A reminder, it's only the top 4 that make it into the playoffs. We're only doing semifinals and grand finals. Semifinals are on Saturday, by the way. I believe we start at 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, which is going to be so much fun to wake up to. I say mildly joking. It's going to take me a map to warm up on Saturday. I'm warning everybody ahead of time. But
We're gonna
Sunday,
be a little sleepy.
Yeah, Sunday we start at a normal time. I believe we're right back to 8 a.m. Eastern. So, keep that one in mind. I'm honestly a fan. I've seen a lot of these games go either one-sided or extremely close. I feel like that's the only two sides of it. There's no real in between. We're not seeing any 16-10, 16-11s on stream. At least I haven't thus far. I know one or two actually have been, but I feel like a lot of these teams, there is some wasted potential.
Oh, I like what you did there. I see what you're doing. I mean, I don't disagree with you whatsoever. I mean, you think about even, yesterday, LOT Gaming, the start that they had versus God's Reign. You think that there was a chance at keeping it close for that squad, but it seems that chance always just seems to get washed out so quickly. So we take a look at the scoreboard for this God's Reign team, who I am quickly becoming a big fan of, let me say, throughout this Pro League. You look at, how much success across the board individually each player has. I mean, Revan and Finn were having themselves a map. Not to say Crazy Gamer wasn't, but he just seems to be like, he was doing everything everywhere all at once. And sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. He always just had to trust that the rest of his team would clean it up. But on top of everything, I mean, even in rounds that didn't seem like they should be winnable, God's Reign are winning it. And they're winning it without any hesitation, without any distress. It is very collected. It's very calm out of this squad, and it is very dominant. And I think that this is a team that you look at, and you can't help but be entertained by watching the amount of skill that is coursing through these players. I can't be more excited to see these players playing inside of our Legends stage, because obviously, I'm hoping that games are going to be a lot closer, TTL, but at the same time, with how they've been playing, will they still be that dominant team?
Well, I mean, considering you have Revan with a 3.14 KD and Finn with a 3.0, I don't know. This is scary. I don't care who you're playing up against. When you 16-3 them and you have 2 players above a 3-point whatever KD, that shows you how dominant you can be on a somewhat consistent basis. It looked pretty good. It looked really good, actually, for God's Reign, and it's another instance of them just dominantly taking a victory. It's what we've come to expect from them at this point. Again, a brief look to the past for them. They have a 16-8 win over Wasted Potential, 16-6 over LOT, and now 16-3 over ROG Academy, not even including one of their open games that was a 16-1 game up against Eravada Esports. They've looked good, and for a decent bit, much less a decent bit here on stream. Speaking of on stream, a massive thank you to a lot of people. Our producer, Loki, making sure that we can see the game, you can see the game. Our observer, I don't know who's observing because it is the same as the Hindi observer as far as I'm aware, so apologies to the Hindi observer. Blink Entertainment, making sure that we can actually bring you this event. They're the ones putting it on and putting on the streams as well, alongside our media partner, AFK Gaming, our radio partner, MyFM, our community partner, Clan. Don't forget, we're doing a bunch of giveaways with Clan coins, so make sure you drop your favorite team in the comments alongside your clan name as a hashtag. Geo Games Watch, our streaming partner, and Smart Lock screen partner, Glance, making sure you have all the angles and all the info that you need to really take an in-depth analysis of these matches, because that one, I think, needs to be analyzed for years to come, at least if you're ROG Academy.
100% for sure. They are going to have to do their homework if they want to return and have some revenge against these teams. But for now, we got one more day left of these group stages. TTL tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to be taking a look at Firedup Gaming versus Marcos Gaming, LOT Gaming versus Wasted Potential. The last chance to show what you're made of. That first match, it's going to be a good one. You folks, you don't want to miss it. Don't forget to tune in. Same place, same time here at Blink Entertainment. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic night.
I've learned what is real and fabricated. What is wrong? What is my problem? What can I get out of this world that I created? Fighting the storms in my head. Don't know where I have been. I'm alone, no one to turn to. No one understands, shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone else. Away, and I feel like I don't know myself, no. Away, and I feel like I don't know my name. And I don't want to live this way. I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
Unknown Brain, Marvin Divine, and we back. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Made it through the wind and rain, I turned nothing into something. No more dealing with their assumptions, cause I do what I gotta do and I know, can't nobody do it like me. All they do is judge me for who I might be. Maybe if they took some time to pick my mind and see that I'm cooler than lemons and iced tea. All I wanna do is live it up with the homies. Everybody really talking as if they know me, but I guess I gotta face it. I'm so tired of being faceless.
I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
So faceless.
I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody. And you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Jungle of love.
I remember the days, always at the same place, the same people every day. I will never forget this black old Corvette standing in front of my way. We were both in high school. I thought I was a fool. Oh, when I was falling for you. You keep drawing me in, and I know it's a sin. But even so, yeah, I need you. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart and beat. 'Cause you taste like candy. I remember the night when you kissed me goodbye, and I said I'd be just fine. The next day you were gone, packed your car and moved on. But looking back, I still want you. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy.